Guten Tag, Year 3. Thank you for joining our next German lesson, where we're going to continue some of our learning about clothes, which we touched upon last time. As a bit of a starter activity, though, so we can recap on some of our previous learning. I've got some questions for you, and I've got some pictures on the board to help you answer those questions. Which animal names can you remember, is the first question. Which colours do you remember? And which clothes do you remember? And I've just picked out a few of each for you to try to prompt your memory on the screen. Have a go saying some of those words aloud because that will help with your pronunciation, and we'll go through a few in just a moment. So let's look at a few of those. Some animal names. Die Katze is a cat. Der Hund is a dog. Pick out some ones we haven't come across yet. Das Schaf is sheep. And der Lauer is a lion. Which colours do you remember? Again, I'll pick out a few. Blau is blue. Rosa is pink. Gelb is yellow. And Grau is grey. And which clothes do you remember? Die Hose is trousers. Der Pullover is a jumper. Die Jacke is jacket. Der Schal is a scarf. Das Kleid is a dress, and der Rock is a skirt. So well done if you remembered some of those. Something I'm going to post a link for you to have another watch of is that same video from last week, but to help you recap on those keywords and the broken washing machine with Felix and Franzi. So please pause the video, have a watch of that. I'll post the link in the description in YouTube or in the instructions in Teams. And then come back once you've had a watch of that. We'll move on. To move on, I'm going to stop sharing this screen and share a different screen instead. So we are going to quickly recap on some of the keywords for the clothes. See if you can remember them first of all, and if you can remember them, brilliant. You can shout some out now. If not, let's go through those pronunciations and those words together. So the first one is die Jacke. Die Jacke for jacket. Die Jacke. Next one, well, that one's a jumper. And anyone remember the German word for that one? Well done if you said der Pullover. Der Pullover. Sometimes we use that word in English. A pullover can be used to talk about a jumper. Next one, a hat. Do you remember the German word for hat? It was der Hut. Der Hut. As I say these words, try to repeat them back at home to get you practicing that pronunciation. Next one, it looks like a dress to me. Do you remember the German word for dress? That was das Kleid. Das Kleid is a dress. So we've got die Jacke is jacket. Der Pullover is jumper. Der Hut is hat. Das Kleid is dress. Next one, trousers. Trousers is die Hose. Die Hose. Next one, scarf. Der Schal. Der Schal. Oh, shoes are next. Sounds quite similar in German. Do you remember? Well done if you said die Schuhe. Die Schuhe is the shoes. And last one is a skirt. What's the German word for skirt? It sounds like an English word, but not that English word. It sounds like a different English word. And that is der Rock. Der Rock. Something to note with all of these words. In German, they use a capital letter for every noun, which is why all of these have a capital letter for the noun. Now, in English, we don't do that. We only use capital letters for proper nouns. In German, they use it for every noun. So that's a key learning point to take away from this, to remember to put capital letters when we're writing in German for nouns. We're going to play a little bit of a game. And you can either play this on your own, if you're watching this video on your own. If you're watching with somebody, it might be a parent, a carer, a brother, a sister, or whoever else, you can play along with them. And the idea is, who's going to be quickest to call out the correct word? So what I'll do, let's go through these one more time to help you, then we'll go and look at that game. So we've got die Jacke, der Pullover, der Hut, das Kleid, die Hose, der Schal, die Schuhe, der Rock. That's the first one to call out. That was a dress. Do you remember what the German word for that was? That one was das Kleid. Das Kleid. Let's look at the next one. Oh, a scarf. Did you manage to remember? That one was der Schal. Der Schal. Next one. Oh, jacket. Who can remember the German word for jacket? Hopefully you've called it out. Die Jacke. Die Jacke. I'll go back so you can see the spelling of that one as well. So we've had dress, scarf, jackets. Next one, hat. Have you managed to call that one out? That one's der Hut. Der Hut is the German word for hat. Next one, jumper, sometimes called a pullover. And that one is der Pullover. Der Pullover. Skirt. It sounds like an English word, but it's not quite the same word that we would use. And that one is der Rock. Der Rock. Well done if you said that. Next one, shoes. Nice, easy one. It sounds very similar. Well done if you called out die Schuhe. Die Schuhe. And last one, trousers. What's the German word for that? That one is die Hose. Die Hose. Well done if you managed to call some of those out. And well done if you beat the person you were playing alongside with as well. So, I've got a question for you. Was trägst du heute? Was trägst du heute? Which means, what are you wearing today? Was trägst du heute? So we're going to write some sentences to explain what we're wearing. And they're going to be nice, short, simple sentences. And it's always going to start with ich trage, which means I am wearing or I wear. Ich trage. Can you have a go at saying that at home? Ich trage. Ich trage. And you can finish that with the things you are wearing. I would keep them short, simple sentences. And I'm going to show you one myself now. So I'm going to stop showing that. And I'm going to have a go at writing one on my whiteboard. So I am wearing trousers. So I'm going to start with ich trage. So I'm going to have a go at writing ich trage. I've written those words, ich trage, and eine Hose was the German word for trousers. Ich trage eine Hose. Why have I used a capital H here, do you think? Why have I used a capital H? Well done if you remembered that all German nouns have a capital letter, and Hose is the German word for trousers, that being a noun as well. If you want to make it a bit more complicated, you could. Ich trage eine Hose, eine Pullover, because I'm wearing trousers, a jumper, and Schuhe for shoes. So you could begin creating a list, and just like we do in English, please make sure we put commas in our list to show the list of different items. So maybe you can have a go at that. If you want to draw some pictures to match your words, that can be even better. And as a challenge X today, if you're thinking that sounds very easy, I want a further challenge. I want you to have a go at creating your own German word game where there is some of the words for clothes in it. So it could be similar to the one we just played, where you show a picture and the person has to call out the German words. Or it could be perhaps a game of pairs, where you've created some cards, pictures and words for the different items of clothing, and you turn them over and you've got to match up the right ones. And see if you can have a go at playing someone at home. So a bit of an extension challenge for you to take away. Thank you for joining today, Year 3. Hopefully you've managed to pick up some of those German words for clothes. And please send in your learning as always. Thanks. See you next time. Auf Wiedersehen.